back to our newest episode. Hey, Noel.
Hey,
How's it going?
it's going.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Not bad. It's better than the last time we were together. Remember how hot it was?
Oh my God, I know.
That day
It's
was
very like cloudy, not cloudy, but
Hazy?
hazy out. Yeah.
and that's from the fires.
Yeah.
The crazy
amazing.
wildfires. It is really amazing when you think about how far it's traveling,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it's going across the lake.
Like where I live, like I could actually smell the fire.
Yeah, I smelled it this morning.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wild. That is, so did I. I did it when I came, especially up near where you're at.
Yeah.
I'm military near Lewis, kind of more towards Lewiston.
Mm-hmm.
Lewiston must be really getting a
Yeah.
good blast.
It's over many states. That's how massive it is.
Yeah.
I haven't heard what they're doing. If they've had any progress in putting it out, I haven't even.
Well, I
heard.
started in Western Canada. I don't know. I
Oh,
never
did
heard
it really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yes.
Wow,
Yeah. So I
that's a
don't know if
huge
it's-
country. You know, that's
They have many fires.
wow.
I don't know. I've never heard of such a.
Yeah, that is a
So
huge.
they were all man.
Oh, they were done on
fires.
purpose.
Yeah.
On purpose? Terrorist. Right?
They said they were all caused by humans.
Now, before we get into well, first of all, out there, remember the STARS program. If you are, and I know some of you have already done it, and I appreciate it for us, but 99 cents gives us 100 stars, and the more stars we get, the better chance we have of getting advertising through Facebook. So 99 cents gives us 100 stars, and then that 99 cents goes back into our show to try to make it better, more and better equipment, and then eventually, very soon, we'll do our thing. To catch a predator, Niagara County.
Yep.
Which is coming. I know it's going to be. Can you admit?
God, so many
I know.
many people.
We'd probably be done with one because
Oh,
I can't even. It's going to be like those ones. Remember the ones when it used to be on NBC where guy would come in the front and they'd have to go out the back. Like it was like a rotating.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guarantee Niagara County will be rotating.
Oh yeah.
Before we get started with our guest, I wanted to talk about this horrible missing. Got a missing girl. How old is she? She's like 14.
I think.
She's young.
Yeah, I gotta find her. Her name is Michaela. I think that's it, Michaela.
Yeah.
Last time she was seen she was getting into an older white SUV with the license plate KAU 1717. They both had big bags with them. An older guy was driving, so if anybody knows that vehicle or license plate, or if they see this girl,
Yeah, there's a couple.
contact Gigi Panda. That's not,
That's her name on.
That's her name on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, contact her. Now I got a picture that she put out there. I'm not sure who this is, but I'll put him up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who this guy is, but let's put him up just in case because she put it out there. Not exactly sure who. Maybe it's maybe it's nothing, but just in case that could be maybe I don't know. Maybe the person. I don't know, but there she is. Keep your eyes out.
No.
Not really, because I'm not sure who he was in the picture, but it's possible, but I'm not sure. But it was you said older white SUV, KAU 1717.
Yeah, 1717. And my friend Angelica said that she thought she saw her going through a drive-through today, so hopefully.
Yeah, keep your eyes open. Maybe she's probably still here.
Yeah.
I hope she's still here. My God, these guys, human trafficking all over the place, and we know it's right here.
Oh,
we might actually we're probably one of the big hubs of it.
Oh yeah.
Because when you think of the stuff that's gone on that we overlooked or did happen, and my God,
The border right there.
the border between the Mexican restaurants and the massage parlors we like to have and all that stuff.
Yeah. Plus, I even shared a story not long ago of a girl who was explaining how she's trafficked right across here to the border from your Camden.
Yeah.
Like this being trafficked.
Because I know across that way they do. It's probably a lot over there too, across Niagara Falls, Ontario.
Oh yeah.
Because they have with all the strip clubs and all the things.
Yeah, that's where that one girl said she was being trafficked was by the strip clubs.
They still have all that. All right, so we have a guest tonight. Might as well bring him in. Friend of the show. We're going to talk about some Niagara Falls politics and what he's up to. He's been on here before, and it's Vernon Lohan. Hey, Vernon.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Hey.
Hi, Vernon. Everyone's here.
Hey, Vernon.
Oh, good.
Vernon, I'm going to ask you real quick. Last time you were on, we were talking about a human rights violation thing. I mean, you were on the Democratic committee. They basically got rid of you. But they explain it again, okay, for everyone.
Oh, I was on the Democratic committee, and my relationship with you they weren't happy with. Colin Ligamari wanted me to cut all, and Chris Bogatti wanted me to cut all contact with you and your show, and just do away with you with no contact, no friendship, nothing. And because her famous words, you hurt people in the community, and because you tell the truth and you do your research. And I wasn't for that, and they basically just booted me from the committee. But legally, they have to, like your brother. Legally, they have to give you writing. They never even put anything in writing to like remove me. They just stopped informing me on everything, and we might as well bring it up too, is because I know I've been keeping you in the loop on that. Since my departure from the Democrat committee, I've been getting harassing text messages since then, because I turned them into human rights, New York State human rights. And since that process, I've been getting harassing text messages all the time. And yeah, so I mean, me and you, we have a good idea who it is, but we're not going to name any names. But yeah, so since that, anyway, to fill people in, the investigation has been going on. It just concluded, but I wasn't very happy with it, because usually during a human rights investigation, the other party has to respond to accusations. They never had to respond to any, so I don't know if they used any political connections down at human rights, because right on the human rights form it says, New York State Governor Kathy Hochul. So, and New York State and Niagara County is very, very Democratic, and so I don't know if they used any political connections so they didn't have to respond to any of the accusations I brought up. But during the paperwork, which I did show you through email, they said I have 90 days to appeal it and take it to state court, and I'm on my way of filing that process and taking them to state court, because I did hear, like I told you a few days ago, somebody from I don't know if they're on the Democrat committee or they're just affiliated over there. They said they overheard somebody having coffee talking about my human rights thing, saying it was dismissed, and it was dismissed, but I wasn't happy with it. So like I said, I am in the process of filing that documentation for the appeal. I have 90 days and to bring it to state court. So it's definitely not over. So Chris Bogatti and whoever else, Colin Ligamari, they can whore themselves out and keep asking for favors and favors. They're you know how the political game works. They're gonna owe a lot of people favors.
yeah. That's usually, that is the game, right?
You know how childish that is, though. Like that's like not even high school, like middle school shit. Like, oh, you can't talk to that person, or I'm not gonna be your friend. Like,
yeah, it's weird.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
I should have brought up the pictures. I forgot to put them up here of Colin and the mayor shaking hands,
Yeah.
and Borgatti after she sat with me and Robin and told us how bad of a man he was, and it's what made her get into politics, was because the mayor was so terrible. What a horrible man, like a monster, right? I think he was a monster. Yeah, but she's shaking hands with him. So.
Yeah.
Then she was friends with Janelle Fosso too. She was dogging Janelle, and then she was besties with Janelle.
Oh yeah, and then cooking the hot dogs.
Yeah, hot dogs.
All right.
Yeah, they and just most recently on Colin Ligamari, I mean, you saw, I think I sent you that post somebody sent to me on her Facebook about Dante Miles not showing up to the committee, not to the committee, but not showing up to the council meeting. And she's like, all these people are reaching out to me asking me where he is. Well, you're the city chairman. Of course, everyone's going to reach out to you to find out where he is. And then she low blows Republican Vincent for not showing up, but then she defends Dante for
showing up.
Not showing up. It makes no sense. I tell people this all the time. She's nothing but two-faced. She's a brown noser, and she can't be trusted. Even when you think she's being nice to you, she's just getting your trust so she can get inside information so she can run it back to Chris Bogatti. That's all it is.
That's what I do. Yeah. Oh, no. That's what I do. I thought. Remember? That's
That's
this guy.
Oh God. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So. Just a little thing here. We might as well put it up.
Yeah, and then not to mention, not to mention the Gold Bar. You know the situation from the last time. They said I damaged their bathroom, which I didn't, and I'm still in a legal dispute with them because I got to fill out some paperwork to submit back to the lawyer, and it just makes no.
Oh, go
Huh?
ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
It just makes no sense because in the Gold Bar, they're alleging like, oh, I damaged their bathroom and like I I I abuse the process of human rights. But it's if you look at the process of human rights of who I allege, these are all Democrat people. It's not just random people that have no affiliation with each other. These are all a group of people that know each other, that are all Democrats, that are all on the committee. So it's not like I'm singling these people out. The Gold Bar, the two girls who own that bar are on the Democratic committee. Colin Ligamari, Chris Bogatti, these are all affiliated together.
Didn't you, wasn't there a Democrat, they were mad because you didn't, wasn't there a primary for Brian Higgins or something? What was that? You were supporting someone else that they didn't want you to support. Didn't that happen or no?
Yeah, I supported the primary candidate congressman who primaried
Higgins, right?
Higgins. Yeah, it was Eddie. He they weren't happy about that, and I actually have the text message from Colin. She's like, you always go with the opposite person of who we support. And that's what I told you. If you're on that committee, whoever they endorse, like your brother, you have to support that person. Like if you want to support another Democrat, they'll say no because they're not endorsed by that committee. So and they weren't happy that I didn't vote or support Kathy Holcomb. But it's just like, that's what I mean. In the governor's race, there were 3 candidates for that primary, and then Brian Higgins had a primary. But they're not even happy if you say, I just want to support a different Democrat. They'll tell you no. You have to support the endorsed Democrat. That's why I'm blocked from the Niagara County Democrat County Facebook and the city. Because on the city Democrat page Colin runs, I would keep posting vote for Glenn Chalokian. He's a Democrat, and she would delete my comments, but eventually she just blocked me because that's what I mean. If you don't support their guy, you're out. It's not even
you were on the committee. How shocked? I mean, aren't you surprised what they did with the mayor, that they endorsed him? Did that surprise? I mean, I know it probably didn't, but there had to be some surprise after all that they did. They wrote up all that letter. They tried to shame him and throw him out. I was kind of surprised. I didn't see that coming. I thought they would endorse no one. I was surprised because up until my departure from that committee, Paul, am I saying his name right? Paul Cadella, yeah.
Paul Cadella. I know Chris Bogatti was talking with Jay Zona and some other people about endorsing Paul Cadella or possibly somebody else. So that they didn't even want to endorse your brother. But from the Republican Party, like I said, I try to like be friends with everybody, with the Republican Party. From what I heard, Brian Higgins stuck up for your brother and talked to Chris Bogatti and Colin Ligamari and said, no, you have to endorse Bob Rustino. So I think a lot of people over Chris Bogatti, like the governor, kind of got in the middle of it and said, no, you need to endorse Bob Rustino. But the idea at the time, when I was still on the committee, was to possibly put Paul Cadella up for a Democrat mayor endorsement.
But he didn't even run. He never even Right? He didn't even go get petitions. He didn't do anything, right? He just didn't do it.
Can I say what a terrible group of names he's throwing out?
Oh, yeah. It's a terrible. It is.
Yeah,
yeah.
Paul,
the names of people are yes.
I haven't heard one dummy name yet.
No.
Yeah, Paul's on that committee too, but that's what I mean. If they told Paul, like, we're not going to have you run for mayor now, he would have listened,
Yeah, well, first of all, you know this. If the mayor is close with the governor, just like Mayor Deister was, it's a done deal, They're not going to do nothing. You know how it goes. Think about it. He's close with them. They need him to be the mayor. So it's going to be interesting.
You guys will have. I think you said you'll have Glenn on your show. Is it tonight or next week?
Next week.
You'll have to ask Glenn, or maybe I could call in or whatever. But Glenn will tell you there was one year he ran against Deister in a primary, and there was a voting booth in questioning, where he won. But when they did the recount, it was in Deister's favor. But like Glenn said, he would have had to get like everybody. He would have had to get a lawyer and then petition the court, and like that's what I mean. Even when their guy loses, they can just do something shady with a voting booth, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, those days you die. I'm hoping now digitally, maybe we can't here, but you never know. I don't know, Vernon. I mean, this whole election coming up, who are you? I might as well ask you, who are you? What the right word is? Who are you endorsing for mayor?
Oh, endorsing it. It's always been Glenn Chalokian, whether he was a Dem or a Republican. I'm hoping he can win the primary. But I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't be sad at all if Demetrius Nix won, because I think Demetrius Nix is just more of a person like for the people, to organize the community. He's not a politician. So
Right.
even if he won, I think any of those two choices would be good. And then, I mean, everybody knows what your brother is or what he's about, but I mean, they keep supporting him.
Oh yeah, well, it's how politics work, right? I mean, he wins. He's the mayor now. He gives a family some jobs. He gives a kid a summer job. That whole family's going to vote for him.
Yeah.
He gives someone a promotion. That whole family's going to vote.
And then
He does it. He knows what he's doing.
I can't stress this. I can't stress this enough. And this isn't to push votes over to the Republican Party or
Yeah,
any other.
Here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't do that.
yeah. So, like I told you the last time I was on the show, and everybody who's out there listening, the Democrat Party is just a bunch of drunks. They're all down at the Gold Bar. That's where they meet just about every day, getting hammered, and that's where they come up with their best ideas for the city. Is when they're under the influence of alcohol.
I would be willing to bet, Vernon, that the Republicans are doing the same thing at a different bar.
Yeah, it could be. I would believe that. Yes.
No, definitely. Well, of course. I mean, we go to the Republican side and you see who's running there. We got a 5-time, I don't know what you'd call Mike Gowell. That guy, he's been arrested so many times. He's been in the middle of and he was in the middle of human trafficking. So they endorsed him. So that's all you need to know about them guys. They're just as bad. They're terrible.
Especially in the city, we need to get away from the parties big time. We need something else. It's not going to work.
Yeah. I think once people, like you said, John, once people figure that out, to not go with a party, just vote for the individual person, I think things will be a lot better. But I mean,
people are like robots. They gotta break free. I mean, it's just because it's the only way. Think about it. If you end up winning as the Republican, you're going to do as the state Republicans tell you to. You know what I mean? It's just because they've given you money, they've helped you, they bought your mailers, they bought your signs, whatever they've done for you.
Yeah, the only two people, unless I'm wrong, is Glenn Chalokian and Demetrius Nix. I think it's all been self-funding, right?
Yeah, they're getting no help. Yeah, they get no help. I unless there's some help I don't know of, it doesn't appear to be getting help. From the party. No.
Yeah, and then to bring it up a little, the article that was wrote about your brother, about choking someone. I mean, I think we've figured that out, that information is not true.
Well, do you remember you sent me a message today at some point earlier out of nowhere and said your brother chokes people? And I was like, what? Remember what my response was? What the fuck? What? What are you talking about? Because I had no idea, because I hadn't read anything.
Yeah.
And, I can tell you this. I think they say in there that he choked people at baseball games or at softball games, something about the bowling alley. I'll say this. I was at a lot of that stuff. And you know how I am about my brother. Probably no one in the city dislikes him more than I do, whatever. But those two things they just didn't happen, unfortunately, for the writer of that, Cosentino. It just didn't happen.
For me, if you told me he was choking his wife, I might believe you. But to tell me he's choking some guy at a softball game?
No, he's not doing that. He was never banned from softball either. That was said in there. He was never banned. He certainly wasn't banned from Bolodrome. Would he yell and scream and do ridiculous things and say horrible, like unbelievably horrible things? Yes. And would the people want to fight him? Yes. But he would certainly not be physically doing anything. He doesn't. He won't do that.
Yeah, I said the same thing about your brother. Physically, he wouldn't do anything. I mean, would he whine and cry or get upset or cause a scene? Yeah, or swear or yeah,
all of it. Sure,
all of it. But like I said,
he did it all in the courtroom that time for everyone to see. He did every bit of it. He did. That's what's funny. We don't need to make stuff up about him. Just use that.
Yeah.
That alone gives you an insight. It's what I tried to say in 2019 in the newspaper. You want insight into who you're electing? There it is.
Yeah,
and then, the true person. So.
And then not just that, like, and I always tell people this. I mean, we text message through Messenger a lot, but it's just like I don't hide things. Like even to bring up the next thing I told you about in a text message, that article that Bill Kennedy had influence in the article, even though Ken wrote it. It's just like it and I've told you this before too. It's just like Bill Kennedy only stands up when it doesn't matter, when the damage has already been done. Where was he when your brother was running to step up and say, like, don't endorse this guy? He wasn't around. He only steps up when the damage has already been done and it's too hard to reverse it at this point. Or it just doesn't matter. No one cares. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta say, I threw that letter out there in 2019, and there was no one coming to. There wasn't many people, other than some relatives of mine. There wasn't many people coming to me, looking for any. You know what I mean? Look, other than Ken Cosentino and the guy who was running at the time, and why
Ken Cosentino also
Seth Piccirillo.
is writing in the Niagara Reporter, which he was dogging the Niagara Reporter to me before, talking so much shit about it. So now he's writing articles in the Niagara Reporter.
Yep.
And then correct me if I'm wrong, John Rustino, like just in case I'm looking at the subject wrong, but like, and again, it's not a direct low blow to the Democratic Party, but it's just like I tell people, guys like Bill Kennedy and some of those other guys, the Democrats, they look out for unions, teachers, fire, police. So like all of us sitting right here, we're not in any of that organization. So our vote for the Democrat Party, what are you going to do for us? Obviously, you're going to look out for all those unions for raises and better contracts. But what about the average guy?
Let me stop you here, though. The average guy isn't getting nowhere with the city Republicans either, because they're going to do the same thing. They have been mayors before. They've been on the city council, and they gave us the goddamn garbage tax. They are the ones that, when they are mayors, they do the same thing. They don't stop the union stuff. So you got to remember, the average guy has nothing with those two. In this city, nothing. It has to be the person who is themselves. We've said this. I've said this a million times. It has to be one man, one woman, themselves. That's it. No one else. And until then, because then you don't have to mess with unions. Think about that. If it's someone who is themselves, you don't need them, right? I mean, I don't know. It just.
Well, not just that. Like another thing we talked about, even whoever the new mayor will be. Well, we shouldn't say new because it could be your brother again. But let's just say it's a new mayor, like we talked about. Like when it comes to lowering taxes and things of that nature, once you get into City Hall and you look at all the contracts with the police, the fire, the teacher, like those contracts may not even be up for another 5 or 10 years. So you're locked into that contract. So you can't even change it your first term. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't remember the teachers have nothing. I think that's the school board. Like the city hall, you don't got to worry about them. The teachers, thankfully, it's just police and fire. I don't know. I mean, there's things. I mean, the garbage tax. Remember when that came through? We didn't need. I mean, that was just. Yeah. That was to save 7 or 8 firemen's jobs. So to save their jobs, we ended up the rest of the city had to pay for it. So. Yeah. And that was done by a Democrat and a Republican together.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you look at the voting of that, and you're right. I mean, they unfortunately under the Deister administration years with all that casino revenue and money, they just let them overspend it on foolish stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what, Vernon? What? Let me think. Last thing, I wanted to ask you one last question. Damn it, just slipped my mind. Okay. So the human rights thing, what's next is you're going to appeal it again and go to
Yeah.
state court. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to appeal it, go to state court, and see how it goes there. Because I mean, win or lose, I just feel like it's doing the right thing, and yeah, hopefully I'll have some better luck there. But
You were treated poorly. I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
You were treated poorly there. There was no reason. There was no reason for them to get mad at you talking to me because
Yeah.
I have not done anything to any of them.
They're honestly childish.
Yeah,
They shouldn't
very
even
petty.
have positions that they do.
yeah, and then I don't think I ever showed you that text message. I mean, Bill Kennedy reaches out to me, and all the endorsed Democrats that are running now.
Mhm.
He actually reached out to me and asked me if I was going to help them. No, I'm not going to help you guys. After what you did to me, and certain people didn't even stick up for me, why would I help you guys?
Yeah, that's the truth, man. All right, we're gonna let you go because I'm sorry I kept you out. It's already 6:30. So
Okay.
Vernon, when you have more on this and things keep going, you're welcome on our show anytime. You know that.
Okay, yeah, I always enjoy being on your show.
Yeah, we enjoy having you. Like I said, as the election goes on, you want to come on, just tell us. We'll send you the link.
Okay.
Thanks, Vern.
All right, Vern, have a good one.
Hi, Vernon.
Thank you.
Have a good night. All right, Vernon Lohan. There he is. Kind of mild tonight.
Yeah.
Rather,
The spirit, though.
almost,
Professional form.
almost like a statesman. Maybe he's our next guy. There you go.
Getting very polished, Vern.
Yeah.
Very
Well, he doesn't hang around with too many politicians. I keep telling him, you got to get away from these people.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't take it. I can't stand. You know what? Seriously, I mean, think about being around them guys. Oh, I can't be around him. I've been around it my whole entire life until recently that I kind of broke away from it. Oh, the thought of going to any type of like fundraiser or anything just makes me sick.
That's why I brought it out. I
Yeah.
said, you're right. You guys all know. I know you would.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just can't do it. And none of them. It's all just, it's all garbage. It just is. I know that you know the game. You know what they're playing. I just don't want to be a member of it anymore.
Right.
I'll vote. I'll always vote. I just don't want to be a member. I'm not going to
I would
pretend.
vote for Chalukian, absolutely.
Yeah, that's who you guys are. I can't wait to talk to Glenn this week. Next week. I cannot wait. Talk to our friend. It'll be
Yeah.
fun. Have you ever met? You've met?
I've
Yeah.
never, like met him.
I've talked to him
personally.
on Facebook.
I've friends with him on Facebook and stuff.
Funny thing is here, I'll say this about Glenn. If you were going to look at this ideologically, he is the most conservative you will see of the bunch.
Yeah.
Really, the Republican Party if they believe the things that,
Yeah.
like it's supposed to be,
Right.
how it, like those ideologies are between Democrats and Republicans.
Which it's not.
It's not. Yeah. They threw him out. They hated him. When he ran last time, they wouldn't help him. They told him they wanted to
They're not
endorse
real
the mayor.
conservative. They're not.
Oh, they know nothing.
Ryan,
No.
whatever you want to call
Yeah,
them.
they- yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I don't even know what you call. They're all
I don't
really
know.
all for themselves, but they love that party behind them, so they can get. It's the mailers. They want to, people to buy whatever. Someday, someone's going to do it. Someday we're going to have
Glenn's
someone.
a good guy, though. He coached Andy in baseball.
He seems like a good person.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's all I've ever heard. Is
I've worked with him in 91, 1989, 90, 91 at the wastewater plant.
Yeah.
Nice guy. My father loved him.
Yeah.
No, he's a good guy. Why don't we take our break? Because we got some stuff to talk about Katie Riford. We also then got to talk about writing letters again. We got to get into that. But let's take our commercial break. Let me find it. And thank you, Vernon.
Digits 988 can save a life. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988.
welcome back to Citizens United. So that was Vernon, our friend.
Vernon.
You know who else is a friend of the show that I should bring up is Jennifer Lemoy.
Yes.
Jennifer Lemoy, I'm going to give her tons of credit. The Democrats didn't help her one bit, and I feel sorry for her because she always was with them. She went to all those stupid rallies. She went to all the meetings. She was even at the one protest where they had a sign-in sheet. Remember that one?
Right. And that should tell everyone something about what you mean to the party.
Yeah, nothing.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so she tried to get on the Democrat thing by getting her petition signed. Well, they threw them out. She had 30 days to get petitions to be as a no-party independent, and she got over 600 signatures. Handed them in again, so she might be on the ballot. I told her she's going to have to come on.
Yeah.
We'll have to have her on. She's an old friend of ours, the show.
Yeah.
Remember the night when I had that ridiculous little thing for that stupid debate?
Oh,
When
yeah.
she was there,
Yeah.
get your hands off me.
Oh my God.
No, that video didn't end up.
Viral.
Yeah.
No.
There's nonsense that went on
I
there.
wasn't even like, no, I was gonna get to that point. Well, like I just was told, film this. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm walking in.
They did
I
it.
couldn't go anywhere. I had to sit there because they're on stage. It was great.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had his phone, so I couldn't go anywhere.
The funny thing too was the stupid reaction by the Gazette and Jen.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah.
And the whole time you're on the
Cool.
parking lot, you had no idea what's going on.
No, I just seen
all
people.
of their storming in there. And
Yeah.
And then I seen there was some running. And then all of a sudden I seen Keith running.
Yeah.
And the other guy, like Captain America, Damon.
flag on us.
Yeah. Big guy too,
Yeah.
Damon.
The storm stage was great.
Some of the funniest stuff ever. I don't even can't believe.
That was great.
So we got some other news that we should. But you know what, Katie Riford,
Yeah.
friend of our show. Her husband's name it was her husband, right? Or
Yeah.
is it
It was. I think
it was. Anyways, no, just boyfriend, just father of the kids.
Never even married.
Never married. Peter Diabakerly. D-I-A-B-A. Yeah, Diabakerly. He's the guy who has custody of the kids now. She's the girl. Just to remind everyone, she's the one who took her kids and went to New Mexico because of the abuse that was going on by, she says, by him, by Diabakerly. And okay, they make a big scene. She gets arrested. Remember, they drag her back.
Yeah, it was all over the news. They went. It made like I think it was like
National news. Yeah. The governor, the sheriff, Felicetti,
Yeah,
he came out and good Lord.
There it goes.
Yeah. He had a lot to say. He had a press conference, everything, the whole deal.
He dried off
Oh yeah,
from being in the lake and set a sandwich
Yeah.
down.
right. And he had the big press conference to say what a horrible person she was. But we find out there was no charges. Remember?
Right.
That was a false arrest. There was never any charges.
Right.
Never, no one. There's no charges. Everything went. As a matter of fact, I have that. I got that. Remember that audio? Let me play it for you guys real quick.
Yeah.
It's the audio of where the guy calls looking for charges, and he can't find them. Let me find it. I hope it's this one.
Was this the bail that was 50,000?
Play later.
Please, and I'll see if there's something here, because none of that would be one of ours.
Oh, wow. Huh. I don't know what she gave me then. Oh, yeah, so...
Well, I don't know who you spoke to. Are you trying to get a criminal record?
Well, she told me to call. Let me see what she told me to call. I think I wrote that part down, actually. Yeah, it's 716-280-6400, option 1. Is that what I pressed?
Well, yeah, this is felony criminal court. Is that what you want?
Yeah, that's what she told me it was, because, I asked her...
Okay, well, just give me what you want. What are you requesting? Do you have a name of somebody?
I have the defendant that's should be on the docket. Yeah. So
Defendant, please.
Yeah, it's Katie. First name is Katie, and the last name is R as in red, I as in igloo, F as in federal, O as in ox, R as in Rico, and then D as in David.
Okay, actually, that case is in family court now.
And there's nothing there.
I'm not showing anything, no.
Would you like me to repeat the defendant's name?
No, I haven't. Thank you. I'm not finding any records.
Well, that's crazy. That's crazy. I guess I'll just note that for my records, put that on my note, 1/6/2023.
You can, try to contact court again. Maybe they can give you some more information, but I do not find a file here under that date.
They're telling you that was from the original arrest.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There is no records of her being arrested after all of that.
All that.
All of that stuff.
I mean, did you see the post she put up on the page with Justice for Olivia Mason? Like, she showed the proof and evidence of the abuse too.
Yeah.
Of what her and the kids were going through, like those screenshots, the messages from him, and
Disgusting.
Disgusting that that's who they placed those children. They thought that those children would be more safe with him than her. Disgusting.
On May 25th of this year, they have a thing at 1:00. It's called a fact-finding hearing, at which Katie's there. So's, I believe, Dia Bakerly's there, or is he by phone? I don't know. He's not from around here. Maybe he is there. But anyhow, I guess it doesn't really matter. His lawyer is someone named Randy Margolis. The children's lawyer is Jason Caffarella. Now, the Katie, and she contends that those two, Caffarella and Margolis, are kind of working together with Dia Bakerly, the father, the father of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So at this it's a fake fact-finding hearing. Dia Bakerly and his lawyer Margolis, and the lawyer of the kids, Caffarella, used the entire hearing only for Bakerly to tell lie after lie. Now, this is coming right from Katie's page. The, what is it again? The Olivia and
Justice for Olivia and
Mason. Yeah, page. I copied this all from there. You can go there and see it. I'm not going to read every word for word, so you can go there and see it all, but I'll just kind of give you the gist of what it is. She says, okay, that all happened. At one point, Caffarella, Margolis, the two, and Dia Bakerly all went into a private room together for some reason. Yeah. Dia Bakerly, according to now Katie, says he perjured himself, and Katie has the proof and evidence as far as videos, photos, witnesses, and reports. She also goes on to say that the fact that licensed attorneys procured another individual to commit perjury is disgusting and a crime. She called them desperate criminals doing desperate things to cover up crimes. Crimes such as kidnapping and trafficking Olivia and Mason to documented out-of-state abuse perpetrators who paid money for the crimes to occur. Okay, this is all going on. This is all going on in front of her while she's there on May 25th in law court at county court. So they didn't have any witnesses. Dia Bakerly had no witnesses, nothing. The only thing he had, no family members, nobody. The only piece of evidence was the February 15th, 2019 thing when that Judge DeLabio, she took away custody from her and gave it all to Dia Bakerly. That's what DeLabio did. So now this hearing went 3 hours. At the end of the 3 hours, DeLabio told Katie they were going to move forward on June 2nd with or without her if she doesn't show up. Okay? As soon as Katie stood up, multiple Niagara County deputies and New York State court officials surrounded her. Niagara County Deputy Schrader handcuffed Katie. Schrader is the same officer who traveled to New Mexico to arrest Katie on the fake criminal charges. Katie was arrested in a pre-planned attempt to prevent her from showing up on June 2nd, which would then just be it. It's over June 2nd. They've set a bail. Now, her criminal charge was custodial interference. She was charged with this on March 2nd, 2022. Bail was set at $50,000 and bond $100,000, knowing that it was so excessive she'll never be out by June 2nd.
That pisses me off because, like I said, I hate to bring it back to this, but Nick D'Angelo, a violent serial rapist, gets $0 in bail, but a mother who's trying to protect her kids from abuse gets that.
$100,000.
Gets that. That's just disgusting.
Let me let you listen to what the bondsman said as they were trying to get her bonded out. Listen to this video. This is unbelievable. Here you go.
Was this the bail that was $50,000?
Right. Yep.
Yeah, and about a lady that took her children out of state, and they thought that she kidnapped the children and she took them to, I don't recall the state. It was just basic information they told me at the jail, if that's the one you're talking about, Niagara County.
It's Niagara County. Nobody wants to touch that county because it's a very difficult county to work with.
I don't handle that area. They're just too tough to deal with. A lot of bondsmen
15 in Buffalo.
Mhm.
And there's nobody in Niagara County. And you got to figure out why.
Figure out why?
They don't want, yeah, because they don't want to deal with them. Nobody wants to deal with Niagara County.
Could I ask
That's
like?
the problem.
Could I ask like why?
Well, because there's no leeway. There's no forgiveness. They want the money.
Even then,
Yeah.
when when the bondsmen are calling down to the jail, they're telling her they're giving her the old charge that was never even a charge, way back when.
No. Her arrest made national news. This information needs to make national news.
Right.
Like
That's what I'm
this.
just thinking.
This is the information that needs to make
Yeah.
national news now. Like they need to follow up with the story
Yep.
on national news and tell all of this.
Yeah, you're right, and they won't.
No,
They won't do anything. We'll be the only ones
No,
that'll
the
mention
sheriff
this.
has a big mouth when he wants to have a big mouth. I mean,
He's taking people. What didn't he throw people off the Niagara County Sheriff's page?
yeah, it's for somebody who posted about Katie Riford. They posted her GoFundMe thing, and he totally blocked them. He just blocked. Not even delete, nothing, blocked.
The arrest warrant was signed by Town of Heartland Judge Joanne Sullivan, who was involved in this case before somehow. I can't remember how, but she had no jurisdiction to sign that arrest warrant. But it didn't matter because they do whatever the hell
Yeah,
they
they
want.
It's obvious. Really obvious.
Now, so Katie is out now. We know that she did get
Yes.
out.
Yes.
What is the date today? I don't even know what the date is. June 10th? 6th? I don't know what happened. We don't know anything further as to what
Yeah.
happened. If you go on the Justice for Olivia and Mason page, you can read a lot more. She puts a lot of proof on there.
Yeah.
You can actually see it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't bring everything to this, because it'd just be too much. But
I'll go the Justice for Olivia Mason page, or her page. She has a lot.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
We should actually one of these days, maybe next time, we'll bring up that post she put up with the abuse.
Yes.
Show all the abuse,
We
all
should.
the evidence.
Yeah, we all have to do that because the fact that she was taken into custody like that at $50,000 bail, $100,000 bond, that's why. That's insane. That's insane. Probably one of the highest we've ever had in Niagara County.
Yeah.
We don't usually get them like that unless it's no bail.
Right.
What's it say? I have the case. She's right. This is right about Natalie. I have the federal case decision that states government cannot silence. Yeah, that's true. They cannot silence others from the social media.
Yeah,
The mayor can't shut you. No, if you're being respectful, they can't just shut you down because they don't like what you're saying.
Right.
No public thing is supposed to be able to do that, and they do it, and no one cares.
Nobody. Or people be like, "Oh, well, it's their Facebook page. They're allowed to." Like, no, they're really not.
Niagara County, really, when you listen to those bondsmen, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put and Natalie is saying she might be right. They must have put something out. Well, they obviously did. They were telling her, think about it. You're telling the bondsman, oh yeah, this lady is the one that ran to New Mexico. So they're probably thinking, ooh, that's a flight risk for me, even as the bondsman. That's messed. They did, and it's absolutely the case. That they were just hoping to keep her not to be out by June 2nd.
Right.
So that this thing would be over. Then she could scream and yell all she wants.
Right.
That's Judge DeLabio. And Judge DeLabio has a lot, obviously, to do with this case.
Yeah.
Because she's the original one.
She needs to be looked into big time.
Erin DeLabio, it was in her courtroom where the arrest happened.
Kills me all these female judges that are so evil.
And the other judge is a female, too.
That's
Joanne Sullivan.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, these they need to be. But it's like, how do you get these judges removed? I mean, like, how do you even get anything done about them? When you try to, nothing's ever done.
Is there no group that comes to the aid of women like this, or
There is, but it just doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
I mean,
It's just
they're
they're doing whatever they want to her. It's really, and the little kids mostly.
Yeah.
Whereas with the trafficking that is being alleged here, and it appears she has photos, video, witnesses, and reports.
Yeah, that's what kills me the most. Is they were ripped away from their mother, who was taking good care of them. They were perfectly fine, and now they were placed in the hands of an abuser.
And how about the fact that they arrested her in a way that sounds like she was trying to kidnap her kids again? And
what the hell is
and
that
then
about?
even says, I showed you where Caffarella says she's only seen him 2 times this year.
Yeah.
So how in the hell could she be doing that?
Yeah.
Right.
And I think they live out of state.
Yep.
They live right, I think, somewhere in like Massachusetts or something.
I don't understand it when they decided they were going to take the kids from her, and there was all that credible evidence against the father. Why wouldn't they have placed the kids with someone else until it was decided?
We don't. You see, I need to know more, and I feel I should know more. Who does Dia Bakerly? Why is he so special?
Right.
You know, you wonder.
Hopefully, like Katie comes on soon so she can explain this stuff, because there's a lot I would love to hear from.
Like when we know Belter, we know why he was special. D'Angelo, we know why he was special. Why is Dia Bakerly so special?
Yeah.
Why is he allowed to traffic with no? He's been unabated. They just let him go.
I know the sheriff.
There's got to be something, because it makes no sense. In the charge, when you read it, remember when you saw it on that mugshots?
Yeah.
That was the weirdest, disturbing charge, the way they make it enticing of a child.
Yeah,
they made it sound like what they made it sound like on purpose. And all of these charges are fake. The one that made national news, where the sheriff came on and I thought made a kind of a fool of himself, isn't even real.
Right.
There's no charge. What the hell?
I would love the sheriff to get on and answer those questions. I would love to question them.
Yeah, where is the charges?
Probably just block.
Oh yeah, please. And you know what? He's going to have an election coming up again, and no one will do anything about it.
No.
You know, someone will run like they have before, and then they just get smeared all over town.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Katie Riford, she sent us a message, by the way. I forgot to print it out. She did send you and Robin and I a message, and she said that thank you for all the support, and that she is going to come on our podcast. Right now, though, she said she's very traumatized. She feels the anxieties and stuff.
She has to watch what she says, because they'll come after her for that.
Right.
Yeah.
So she said eventually she is definitely going to come on with us. I mean, I'll pass along I do this every time, our podcast out, because you can get it on Twitter and then put it out to different, like Dateline, NBC, and all this crap, but they don't want any part of it.
No.
They don't want to know. It's like D'Angelo. They don't want to know until it's too late to do anything. I think even Vernon said it.
Did you see the thing that was going around? Like, oh my God, the girl, she was like a young girl, like 14 or something. She pulled some flowers at Lewiston, like one of the stores, like she pulled some flowers. That picture got like 400 shares. People were outraged. A girl walks in front of a business to pick their flowers, and
there's
people
outrage.
were outraged in Lewiston. But
after this goes on, raping people all over.
Yeah.
No, we've talked about this so many times. Robbing a garage will get people more riled up.
Believe we all know how hard it is to get the mainstream media around here to focus in on these things. And I think a lot of it, these people really don't get to see what's going on.
Yeah.
There's nobody really covers this shit.
Yeah.
No,
really.
Maybe I'll
They're sitting there
purposefully.
Sitting there in their little shop in Lewiston, and they plant those flowers, and here comes some lady, and but they don't know.
Maybe I'm gonna have to pick somebody's flowers, and then maybe I'll get myself on the news.
Yeah, and then you can yell out. Then you can start yelling.
Yeah. The Lewiston, pick some flowers.
But you know, I let's see what's got. Yeah, I had some idiot jump on a post I made last night to come to the defense. Do we know who that was?
What was his name? Like Jeremy
Zimmerman?
Yeah.
I can't be who he stands.
I don't know, but he was, being a stupid asshole over it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it. You're gonna have it.
Well, you want to know why? Because he admitted he's been accused before, so all now to him, everyone's a liar. And
right.
So, all of you were accused. I'm sure there's a very good reason why you were accused.
Right. You didn't do nothing.
He's like, oh no, there was proof. It was on video.
Okay.
It was on video. Like, well,
good.
Yeah, good for you.
That's you get 3% of these, and then we can concede to that. 3% of these do end up being found fake.
Yeah, but according to
and those
Jeremy,
fake ones hurt. They hurt everything else.
According to Jeremy, most accusations
are fake. Right. That's the opposite.
Wow.
Most accusations.
How do you know it's even really this guy?
Most accusations are.
Jeremy, how do you know it's really Jerry?
It is.
Oh, all right.
What I'm like, but But we could
'Cause I
say
know.
that the one thing they said is a woman is more likely than a man to be raped walking down the street or somewhere or anywhere in the world in their own home than they are being accused falsely of rape. So when you let that sink in, it's kind of, it's really crazy.
I don't like how he was telling Scott, like, oh, you're not doing any favors for the victims and stuff like that. Like, yes, Scott is. I honestly thank God for Scott in doing what he does and talking as much as he does. So that guy knew absolutely nothing. Like, he was just talking out of his ass.
We get a lot of that. I mean, think about the fight we had over that stupid punter.
Oh my God,
nonsense? Oh my God. People are just jumping in and saying dumbass shit.
Yeah.
That though, I like it. You know what I like though sometimes too though? It does reveal people. It is good to see their true colors and who they are. I tell how about many people have we seen that through this whole ordeal?
When everything's going fine, everybody can be nice and act proper, but when something like that happens, then you find true color, like you're saying.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that the people you thought were going to be stand-up people, and they turn out to be zeros, basically.
Yeah.
By closing your mouth. I mean,
sex crimes are not taken seriously. We say it we probably say it every show.
Well, I mean, look at where our judges are. Like Janelle Faso, she's out at the bars every night drinking and doing some other stuff.
Yeah. And then look at them all.
And I wouldn't be surprised if she's out at the bar. She's probably watching sex crimes happen.
Oh yeah, she's
right
really
in
helping
front of her
them happen.
face.
She did help sex crimes happen.
Yeah, that's not even allowed.
Promoting Dick D'Angelo, there you go.
And how about we just found out Janelle Faso, after she became city court judge, just found this out. You guys, I showed you guys the proof. Was referring people. She was referring clients to Nick D'Angelo even after she won for city court judge. So she was still sending vulnerable people to Nick D'Angelo.
But I thought she had no relationship.
No,
with
she does, yeah.
Oh, she has no.
It's probably the alcohol talking.
Yeah, no friendship, no nothing.
Fire for.
She deserves being called.
She goes to the fire.
Right.
And you know what? How many times have we asked her to come here and clear her name?
And I'm still offering that. Janelle Faso, you want your ass to come on here and tell everybody that I'm wrong, show everybody that I'm a liar, everything I've said is a lie, go for it.
Yeah, it's still on. They can hear you. We're all hell broken loose here, but they can hear you.
If you want, Janelle Faso can come on here and she could tell the whole entire world that I'm a liar and prove to everybody that everything I've ever said is a lie. You are more than welcome to come on here. We could debate. We could go over every little thing that you think that I'm lying about or you say I'm lying about that's not true. Go over it one by one. You can come on here. I even behave myself. If you want, I'll even sit off. No, I won't sit off.
Yeah, no,
I'm sitting.
Your
right
name's
here.
on the show.
But you're the one who said it before. Like, if you want to sit down and meet with me, you could.
I heard it.
Yeah, she said that.
On the Vince Ignello show.
On the Vince Ignello show.
She said she wanted to sit down and talk about it.
Yeah, she offered me and you and Dad to sit down with her and we can all talk.
Yeah.
The offer still stands, Janelle?
Probably not, because she's.
Yeah, no. She got what she wanted.
Yeah.
At that point, she was trying to be a judge.
Yeah.
Now, trying to look like.
Well, as long as I'm living, I'm going to make sure that judge is taken, that seat is taken from you.
Yeah.
I promise that.
I'll tell you.
She's got a lot of hot dogs.
Yeah, people do love that.
Yeah.
That does. Hot dogs and pizza really save the day, no matter what happens.
That could be why she was such a good friend with Nick D'Angelo, the hot dog.
And that pizza clown over there, the little bakery guys.
Yeah,
them too. They're all in the same mix. We got, you know what? Damn it. I'd have to take a commercial break. Shoot. I don't have do you have the address to send our letters? Darn it. Because I can't load it up here. I thought I did already.
Not there from last week?
No, but it could be. You know what? I can't do that. Hold on. Let me take a quick break.
Okay.
Give me a minute. Watch some of this here.
The hotline it's a place to feel supported and heard. It's a place to feel validated and to be reminded that you're not alone. It's a place to feel safe.
The National Sexual Assault Hotline connects survivors and their loved ones with support.
There are 2 ways to connect, by telephone or online chat.
800-656-HOPE directs people to their nearest sexual assault service provider.
We can talk you through what happened and offer resources for long and short-term support.
Visitors to online.rain.org will chat with one of our support specialists.
We're back, and that is RAIN. They're awesome. They're a great
Yeah.
organization to help those that have been affected, by rape, whatever, all of it. You know what it is? It's all pretty much rape. Calling it sexual assault, I think they try to make it nice.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem that way. Like they try to nice the words up.
Yeah.
Call it what it is.
Politically correct.
All right, here we are. We got to write letters. And what we're trying to do with these letters is, what is it, July 6th for him?
July 6th, yeah.
These letters sent to this judge would help get him at least the toughest she can hand out.
Right.
I mean, make him a level 3, hopefully, sex offender. And you can write to the judge right there's the address. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. Just put in there, who your name. I want Nick D'Angelo to get the maximum that you can give him, make him a level 3 sex offender, sign the thing and mail it.
We need a bunch of people to write. Like we need more than one person. My mom already wrote a letter. So I posted it up on my Facebook page, my mom's letter, so you can get an idea of like if you don't know what to say. You don't even have to write as much as she did. Literally, it could be one sentence. Like just write and say that you want him to be a level 3 sex offender.
That's it.
And tell her about how if you want the punishment wasn't harsh enough. It was disgusting,
Handwrite it. Just
handwrite it.
Write it on filler paper and send it out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'm writing it like I'm gonna be etching it like Ben Franklin.
If just one person writes, this judge is not going to take it seriously.
Need a bunch.
She has to have more than one letter for her to say, well, maybe some people do care what's going on.
Right.
Hopefully we can get hundreds. That would be great. Thousands, even hundreds, thousands. But there it is. Judge Deborah Givens, Supreme Court Justice, Part 23, 4th floor, 25 Delaware Avenue, Buffalo, New York, 14202. It's on our Citizens United page. And if you need it, just reach out to any one of us.
Liv.
Reach out to any one of us and we'll definitely be able to get you that. And if you need help on what to say, but really it's simple. Just you want him to be a registered 3 sex offender, level 3 sex offender. And I'm even going to ask her, whatever you can do, throw it all at him at least.
Yeah.
Right.
At least give him the toughest part of the damn plea deal. God almighty. Let's see here. What else? Oh, that's nice. There you go.
Yeah.
Put it out there.
We'll put it in the comments for anybody who.
Cool. Thank you very
Missed it.
much. All right. We're almost done
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
So next week, Glenn Shalokian, who's running for Niagara Falls Niagara Falls mayor, will be with us. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we'll figure out something else to do after maybe we'll just talk about it when he leaves.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll do something like that. And thanks to Vernon for being with us tonight.
Oh, thank you so much, Liv.
Oh.
She says she's drafting a letter right now.
Oh, good.
Oh, great.
That's amazing. She's somebody I met. Actually, I think we met through TikTok. She saw my TikTok and she's been super helpful ever since then.
She sends us stars too.
Yeah,
Very
she
nice. I think she sends us stars
They
too.
make copies of these letters and have them sit down at the table here, like they do for campaign stuff, and get people that were like, "What is he?" Get everybody here, my brother, and sign them and start pulling them and get them to try to do the same.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Right? Do that. I mean, you got to start somewhere. I did this, and then they tell people. You never know.
Yep. YWCA 716-433-6714. The YWCA, if you've been affected by rape, sexual assault, as they call it, whatever they want to call it, they like to just call it misconduct now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They will have a counselor who's professional standing by. They'll counsel you by phone, they can do it by video phone too, right in your own home. So you don't even have to leave the house. They have advocates who are great because we know with Robin, when she had to go to the police station, the advocate came with us. The advocate will come with Robin when she ever has to go to court. The advocate will come with Robin if she ever has to do a deposition. Robin will be, Robin's court date is out, by the way. Her court date has been set for, it's 2024 in October. I just can't remember the date.
Yeah.
It's October 2024, but a lot of things will be coming down, I'm sure.
You'll have to actually go to the court.
Eventually, yes.
If you want me to go with you, I'll go.
Eventually, there's going to be
need to make signs.
If we actually get that far, there'll be a jury trial. You know how they do. But chances are, I can't imagine they'll go that far. I can't believe the Board of Education would go all the way with this. 888-373-7888. We are a hub of human trafficking.
Yeah, it is happening all over the place, especially here where we live, big time. I mean, look at Grand Island. So if you think you know of somebody being trafficked or you hear of somebody being trafficked, call this number and they will look into it.
It's going to be even easier for the traffickers now that they're allowing undocumented, unvetted, anything illegal to pour in. The mayor of New York just asked citizens to have them come into their home because they have 42,000 of them.
Yeah, let me
sitting in the city. They don't know what to do with them, so they're trying in police buildings,
they don't
anywhere, any those storage places, any place.
Hell no.
Yeah,
you
they're
know,
just coming to a theater near you.
Absolutely not. Not bringing nobody near my kids.
They the human trafficking though here is we have a long ugly history, right? We've talked about that before. We really do. This city. And
it just allows it, like our area just allows it. Look what they do.
We have a guy. Him. Look what's going on with Katie.
Yep.
Right in the courtroom, they're allowing it. And we have a local party, the Republican Party of Niagara Falls, is endorsing a guy who was the head, one of the people who's keeping the books for the Lotus, back in the 90s when they had that sex trafficking thing that the FBI themselves called a sex trafficking ring.
Yep.
They endorse him to run for city council. You got to be out of your mind. They don't care. That's the thing. They don't got.
We're infested here, man.
Yeah, we really are. I don't know where.
This town's in bad rough shape.
Yeah.
I'll take the mafia back. Where are they?
Exactly.
Well, yeah, I guess at this point, because we realize now how closed our eyes were for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Think about our eyes were all freaking closed.
Those people would disappear, man.
Disgusting.
We had a real strong.
Why don't we get out of here? I can't look at myself. I'm all swollen over here.
You see where?
Over here. So I feel it. I can't help my jaw.
It just happened?
It's just a thing that happens to me.
Oh,
kind of like SpongeBob. Remember him when all of a sudden his hand would get engorged? Like, that's what happens. Yeah. So for me, it could be anywhere. So God forbid. All right, let's get out of here. Too much information for you people. We will see you guys next week. Always keep an eye on what Noelle has happening on her page. Our TikTok for Citizens United is there too for you if you want to come. And Citizens United also has a Twitter page that put out a lot of stuff about Katie Riford the other day. Noelle has Twitter, Noelle's Facebook, and TikTok. So
make sure you guys share this too.
People that are listening, please talk to your neighbors, your friends, relatives, and see if they will write a quick letter to Judge Givens in the Supreme Court. All the information is there for you. Please act. Thank you.
Yep. And on that, let's go home. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week. Maybe we'll be on Monday next week.
Yeah.
You think? Back to Monday?
What day is Monday?
The 12th.
I have a dentist appointment, but I'll be out by then.
All right, good. We'll be back on Monday. What have we gone? Wednesday was, remember Wednesday we used to do? That was our old time. Day was Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
And this week's Tuesday. We'll be back Monday. All right, everyone. Take care.